We are up to part 4 of this 5-part series for my big 75% off Midtown Comics purchase right after this. And we are back, and I'm thanking you again for watching another video, sticking with me through this whole series as we break down this pack, this order of like 130 something books that I made, breaking it down into bite-sized videos so that it doesn't just go on forever. Right here is the 4th package or the 5th package, depending on how many little wrappers that we did. The last video was, I think, probably the most successful that we've had so far. Just to recap real quick, the first one had, I don't remember, to be honest, so I'm really not gonna be able to recap. I do remember the second one had a bunch of books that were, that they had tears in them on the backs. Most of them were on the backs. A couple of, more interesting books. Second appearance of Beta Ray Bill. One of the X-Men books, I think it was 213. I think, somewhere along with the Morlocks thing. I think it was the Sabretooth and Wolverine cover. And a couple other ones had big chunks taken out of the back of them. And we watched all that stuff together on Midtown's site and tried to figure out, are these truly fine or do these, should these go back? Now, the last video was the most successful one. I had one complaint, but that was only because one of the books, which is right here, since I just recorded it 2 minutes ago, Batman number 409, this is you can see here, this is not a newsstand or a direct copy. This signifies a reprint, second and third print or whatever. I just was not very happy with that because, as you can see here, it just says Batman 409. It doesn't delineate between reprint or copy A or whatever. And I just I like to buy what I'm buying, and I don't like those kinds of surprises. I like it to be in the condition that you say it is or better, never worse. So aside from that one book, everything else in that order, in that part of the order was fantastic for me. We did have one book that I don't recall ordering and questioning why I even bought it, but it was the second series of Secret Warriors. It was the first issue, and I think I paid like $1.47 for it or $1.75 for it or something like that. So price-wise, wasn't such a big deal. It was just like, why did I put it in my box, in my thing? Because what I did was, and we'll take a look real quick. So the way that you can do with when they have these sales, what you can do is you can go and, you go to their website, you go to the main page, to the home page, and it says on here, blowout sale. So you just click on the sale link and you just go down and you choose discount, 70 to 80%. So this will show you only items in those ranges. And then I usually go down to the end. I start with the, with the older books. So potentially what could have happened was I could have just clicked on this by accident and it got sent in there because there weren't a whole lot of books or there weren't any books that I'm questioning why I bought them. There are some that I'm questioning what do you call it? What I paid for some of them, should I have paid that? Should I have bought this at this price or, whatever? But for the most part, that's not the case. So we're just going to jump right in. This is the last part of this order. This is, so just to give you a brief run, synopsis of what happened. I made 2 orders. One is big box that contained 2 of these boxes. Each of these boxes had 2 of those packages, 2 of those packages. So there were 4 of those packages plus one that had a few books. It was like this big. So I'm guessing they did like 25 books per package. I never even counted them, to be honest, but it would make sense that, you know, these are bundled in 25 books. So we had 4 of those plus whatever was remaining in the little package. Then I also have another box coming from the same sale on the same day that I went right after I made this order. I was like, wait, why didn't I forgot to, you know, to order multiples of some of them? So I went back and I reordered. I made another order of the, you know, the multiples of some of them, and some maybe even there might even be some ones that I forgot to order in the first one, but you know, we'll see that a little later on. So getting right into it, we've got X-Men number 169. This is a fine. I did have a very fine, but this one is, you can see the bottom corner is all damaged and it's torn. So this one's going back. This is one of the ones in the second video with, you know, that had some damage that did not, you know, I did not think. Plus there was other stuff in there too. But for a very fine, that was not acceptable. So this is a fine. And first appearance of Callisto. I don't know if there's anybody else in there. X-Men 169. There's the first appearance of Morlocks in total? Yes, first appearance of the Morlocks and Callisto, but more so Callisto because she's a leader of the Morlocks. And Kitty Pryde becomes Ariel. I don't give 2 craps about that. But here's this one. You can see this one looks, for the most part, pretty clean. You can see down here, there's a little bit of a dent. A little bit of spine damage by the, you know, a little bit of a staple tear. But other than that, it looks, another one here, a little by the staple. But for a fine, I can accept a couple of little things like that. But those things in a very fine, you can see it's a little bit dirty. But other than that, this, I keep repeating it, this is what I hope to get when I order these fines in these, you know, these late bronze, early copper age books. So off to a good start, you know, with this. Then we've got New Mutants number 86. This is the first cameo of Cable. So we have Uncanny X-Men number 205 is the first appearance of Cable as a baby. This is the first cameo appearance. It's actually a newsstand. I did not notice that before. This, again, it's a fine. And I probably paid like $10 for this, I would imagine. No, I paid $5 for it. Okay. So we'll take a look at this one too. This is, oh, okay. I have 2 of these actually. I have another one coming up. So if we look at this, this is the fine. I have a very fine coming also. We have a little bit of wear around the staple. That's okay. So we have, you can see there's a crease here, but it doesn't break color. So that should come out. Couple spine ticks. What's that down by the UPC box? This is, it's a dent. Okay. I was like, I have no idea what, this thing right here looks like a star. That's just a dent. Okay. And then we've got, this is the staples of here. We have just a, you know, we have a few spine ticks over there along the edge. The back spine, also same thing. You can see a little bit of damage. You know, a couple creases, but they're not, if we look at them, it doesn't look too terribly bad. Looks like they might break color. Here's that crease over here. But for a fine, again, you know, if it's something that could be brought up to a very fine for $5, I'm pretty okay with that. So, all right, I don't know where the other one is. So this one is Avengers 226, also a fine, direct copy. Avengers at the top. Avengers 226, $1.07 I paid for this. I don't think there's anything significant to this one. I think it's just because it's a Bronze Age 226. There's no year on here. So let's see. If you just turn on non-key issues, 1982. Yeah, so it's a Bronze Age, which is why I bought it for $1. Yeah, I figured, why not? Then we've got Astonishing Tales number 30. The 25 center is what I was looking at. So we got Astonishing Tales number 25. It's a fine. This, I think, is like the second or the third appearance of Deathlock. 26, I believe, is number 1. Astonishing Tales. So this one, like I said, is number and I paid $4.27 for this. So yeah, 26 is, all right, 25 is the first appearance of Deathlock, 26 is the second appearance, 27 is the third. So I don't know what the hell I paid this for. Yeah, honestly, then I don't know why I bought this for $4.27. Happens. it happens sometimes. Then we've got going back to DC, Tales of the Teen Titans. This is number 43. Is this the death of Brother Blood? Or is I can't remember between 43 and 41. With Jericho and Brother Blood. One's one, one's the other. So this is 43. This is okay. This is the first full appearance of Jericho. Okay, and the first full appearance of Adeline Wilson, Slade Wilson, Deathstroke's wife. Both of them are in the Titans series, season 2, I believe. So then we're looking. So that means 41, I believe, is the death of Brother Blood. So let me just look at that up real quick. Yep, 41 is death of Brother Blood. So like I said, I get them confused, but I know I got them confused. So, all right. So, and I do have that in here as well. So this costs $1.30 in a very fine direct copy. Then we've got number 43 again in a newsstand. This is a fine. Wait, hold on. Okay, so the very fine direct copy, I paid $1.97. The fine newsstand, I paid $1.30. So we've got 2 of those. Then we've got number 42 in a fine. This is cameo of Jericho, I would imagine. Yeah, first cameo appearance of Jericho and the second cameo of Adeline Wilson. But this is a fine, and this one I paid $1.30 for as well. And then we've got Tales of the Teen Titans number 41 in a fine, Death of Brother Blood in the newsstand, and this one I paid 75 cents for. So you got that one. Then we've got number 48, George Perez cover. I think I also, no, I don't think I think we did 53 in the first box. So this is number 48 in a very fine. And this one was 75 cents as well. No, sorry. This was $1.02. This was $1.02 because this one, the fine in the newsstand, was 75 cents. And like I said, there's no key significance other than it's just a really cool George Perez cover. Teen Titans are underrated for me. I think they're totally underrated. Then we've got number 45, another fine. This is a direct copy. And this was 75 cents as well. Don't think that this is a key. Oh, wait, maybe it is. I think it might have been a small key. No, it's not. And then we've got number 50 in a fine. This is the marriage of Terry Long and Wonder Girl Donna Troy. This one I paid 87 cents for. And I don't know if this is a newsstand direct because I think it's on. Oh, it's not a gatefold. Okay, I thought this was a gatefold or something. Well, while I have it out, for a fine, look at this. Yeah, it's a soft spine, but you know that's to be expected. But look at this spine. Look at all that black and how nice it is. There's nothing going on there. Again, a little bit of damage at the spine over there, because it's black because we have from the back over here. Oh, this is fingerprints. Okay, but you can see for the most part, this is not a fine. This, some places like New Cadia would call this a near mint, to be honest. So yeah, for a fine for 87 cents, I'm okay with that. Oh, there's the books I've been looking for waiting for a while. So you saw the Captain America. We'll get to that later on. All right, so here we have there. Oh wait, I think this might have been the one where I had to go back. So X-Men number 191, first appearance of Nimrod. And we've got Vision versus Colossus on the cover. Nimrod, I think, is underrated for sure. You can see it's a fine. And I paid $6, I think. $5 even for this one. Okay, so there's that. Then we've got number 192. We have a very fine in a newsstand and a fine in a direct. 192. The newsstand very fine was $2.32. The direct fine was $1.60. I don't think that this is a key either. X-Men 190. Yeah, right. X-Men 192 is not a key. We've got that. Then we've got one of the books that I like to get if I can pick it up at a decent price. 193. This is a fine. This is the first appearance of Firestorm in continuity. I paid $6.25 for this one. Let me just make sure there's nothing else on there. I think it's just Firestorm. Did I say Firestorm? Firestar. And James Proudstar appears in the classic Thunderbird costume. Don't care. Costume type stuff, I never pay attention to. I don't really worry about those things. Unless it's like iconic, like Wolverine's first wearing the brown and gold, something like that. So here's the 193, first appearance of Firestar in continuity. Her first appearance was in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. We are okay. This is not missing a corner. This is just folded over. Yeah, see how it's really hard to get close up on these corners. It's just folded over a little bit. But, we look at the spine and it's a little bit off because you can see the black line that's supposed to be closer to the spine itself. So it's white, but you can see there's like really not much damage to it. It is a very nice looking book. Pages are not brown. They're a little bit off-white, I guess we could call this. The back, this is my second one, so I have to compare it to my other book. It looks a little bit creamy to me, but that could also be the coloring that it's supposed to be. But it does have this crease down here, but that could be pressed out. So yeah, so this one I like a lot as well. Like I said, Firestar also to me is, if you ever watched Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, that's just an awesome cartoon. And there's a comic book, a one-shot comic book for that. That's where her first appearance is. Then we've got, this snuck in there only because because of the price I paid. This is New X-Men Academy X number 31, I think it is. Yeah, New X-Men number 31. It's a very fine. I think they call this New X-Men Academy X. So this has a few first appearances too, I believe. It's the first appearance of Kimura, an enemy of Laura Kinney with skin that is invulnerable to adamantium. But that's why you have, that cover is pretty cool too. But New X-Men number 31, I paid $3.75. I'm pretty sure some places they charge like $20 for this book. So that's why I said I only bought it for the price that they were doing it, only because it was a 75% off. I'm really not sure about buying moderns from Midtown anymore. I will show you why. Here are some of Venom #1 from the 2003 series that I bought a few videos ago. These were supposed to be near mint. Now, I'm not sure exactly which ones are damaged, but you could see the damage. You can see like the creasing in here. You can see the creasing here. You can see another crease here. There's, like each one of them falls under that label. I think there's one, like you can see like right here, there's 2 more creases back there. That's not near mint, and all of these had that issue in one form or another. You can see here, we've got, we can see, you can see like right here, I lost the angle. But you have the spine tick and then the creasing and then the spine tick here and the creasing in there. That's just not, they're not near mints, this one of them, like you could see, I think there was a line in here somewhere, but yeah, it's one of those things where moderns, for some reason, they're just terrible at grading. You can see here, there's a dent in here with these 2 deep spine ticks. Like, can we get an angle on this? Like you can see here, there's another spine tick down here. The first 2 are up here. There's another one down right there. But there's also just, it's unacceptable for being called near mints. If these were very fines, I would have no problem with those. But you call them near mints, and I've been seeing that a lot with their modern books. That's why I like sticking with with these copper and bronze books, because a lot of times those are undergraded. So here's the second New Mutants 86. This one is a direct copy, and it's very fine. And this one I paid $7.50 for. So the fine newsstand was $5. This one was a $7.50. Then we've got number 85 in a fine. I don't think this is any key. I just bought it because it was $1.07. So, and it's also a sick cover. I mean, you can't tell me that's not a wild cover right there. We'll check this out real quick. New Mutant 85. Oh, all right. Early collaboration of Rob Liefeld pencils and Todd McFarlane inks. I don't really consider that a key, but it's still a dope cover. So for $1.07, yeah, I'll go with that one. Here we go. Number 14. This one is a fine. I paid $5 for it. This one is Magic joins Ilya joins the New Mutants, and it's a newsstand for people who make that distinction. I know some people don't give a crap. They don't think that there's a difference between newsstands, even though there's a verifiable, I mean, these are from the mid 80s. This is 1984. This is about when there was a 1-to-1 ratio between newsstand and direct copies. Before the 80s, before like the mid 80s, like 1985, it leaned more heavily towards newsstands than directs. And then after this is when, it went like a precipitous dive where, in the mid 90s, you have like 5% of the population is newsstands. But we'll take a look at this one. And it looks really nice. The colors are very vibrant. This corner is folded under. So that's, again, it's a fine, so I'm okay with that. So now you can see the corners back. Take a look at the spine. It looks like it's a little bit of a spine roll, not spine roll, but this stuff should be in the back. But it was little spine tick right here. It's by the staple. That's a staple tear. Not too terribly deep, but you know, again, very clean spine. You can see the back spine is also very clean, but you can also see where it comes from. So you can see between the black and the blue, it's supposed to be back here. So it's a little bit of a miscut cover. Not too bad, but for $5, I will take it. Then we've got New Mutants #1. This is a direct copy, and I paid $5 for this one as well. And you know, this is not the first appearance of the New Mutants. It's just their first title. Their first appearance, the New Mutants as a group first appeared in Marvel graphic novel #4. I don't know how many of those are out there. Because those are actual like books. So this one's also a fine. And so if we look at the back, it is a little dirty, you know, little dingy. Corners, there's a little bit, you know, bottom spine corner, but the four corners are pretty good for the most part. The front cover, you have, again, little corner damage up there, but again, it's a fine. A little bit of an overhang on the cover, so the edges are going to be a little bit off. You can see a little bit of creasing throughout here, but nothing too bad, and they'll press out. Let's take a look at the spine this way. So we've got a little bit of stuff going on over here, but for the most part, it's a clean spine. So for $5, I am okay with this one as well. So we've got 3 left, it looks like. So we're going to have the Captain America that you saw, so we'll do that one first. Captain America 373, the newsstand. What did I pay? I paid $1.75. I believe this is the first appearance of Leon Hoskins. Battlestar? Captain America 373. Brother of Battlestar. He becomes U.S. agent, I think. And first team appearance of the Power Tools. So maybe we'll get them somewhere. But yeah, this was Leon Hoskins first appearance that I bought it for. I already have one copy of it, but now I have another one. And you know, for $1.75, no reason not to. Then, this is something that I've been tracking down for a long time. Okay, so I have 2 of these. Brave and the Bold, number 200. This is a fine in a direct. This was $7.50. Newsstand, in a very fine, this was $10. So, first appearance of the Outsiders as a team. Batman, Black Lightning, Halo, Geoforce, Katana, and Metamorpho. First appearance of Katana. First appearance of Geoforce. And first appearance of Halo. Obviously, Metamorpho has been around since the 60s. Black Lightning has been around since 1977. And Batman's been around since 1937. Or whenever Detective started. But I think the Outsiders are sick. I love that. I love them. Another big order that I made from Midtown with one of their 75% off sales. I bought one. I think it was 1 through 31 with 2 through 31 with the exception of 17. And they were all like 90 cents, 70 cents for the actual Batman and the Outsider series. So we'll take a look at these real quick because these are bigger books. They are square bound. So I'm seeing nothing that I don't like so far. Looks nice and white. It does not look like we have a pronounced. I mean, you can see a little bit of a crease, but that's to be expected from these books. But there's nothing like breaking color or anything like that. The rest of the side looks clean. The corners look pretty good. This is the newsstand, obviously. I do see a little bit, and you can probably see like right here, a little bit of creasing and a little bit of denting there. That should be able to come out with a little bit of work. But the book itself is in, okay, so this looks like it's just a printing defect right here. That's just like, you know, I can't do anything about that. But other than that, this little bit of a, is that the crease, a crunch? Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a crunch. Maybe that's just dirt. I could get that off, but still, I have no complaints about this book whatsoever. Nice white pages. You know, I am, for $10 on this book, I am okay with this. It's a newsstand, so, you know, do with that as you will. I do have a video where I talk about why it's important to look beyond just the number of issues that were printed, newsstand versus direct copies. There are many reasons, and I'm not going to sit here and go off on them because I did have a video, so I will put that here, and I'll also put it in the description so that you can see, you know, just click through it at any point. But it is very interesting when you think about it. You know, don't just look for it as a one-dimensional thing, like, oh, you know, newsstands are more rare, or, you know, the direct copies are more rare, because there are a lot more factors that go into it than you think, especially if you're younger collectors and you weren't around in, say, the late 70s, throughout the 80s, and even in the early 90s. There are things that you're not going to think of that I will tell you about. But we'll take a look at the fine real quick. Looks really crisp, really sharp. This is, I mean, obviously, the square bound, we have a little bit, we have one dent and spine tick over there, but the rest of the book is clean. It may be a little bit little bit dirty on the back, you know, to the naked eye, like to the human eye, that the camera is not picking up. But in general, I give this 2 thumbs up. I mean, that's really all there is. This order, this order and the previous order, I have, I should say, this part of the order and the previous part that we did, no complaints whatsoever. Absolutely not. So I am thrilled. I am absolutely literally over the moon. Like that's where I am right now. I'm very happy with this. So just like all the other ones, let's talk about what you thought about the purchases, the prices I paid. Obviously the conditions that we looked at, there's really not much to question on that. You know, honestly, I suggest everybody shop at Midtown. You know, I'm giving away my little secret here, but especially when they do, like, look at the front page, because when they do their sales, they'll tell you that, you know, proceeds go to charity or whatever. So when they're doing that, you know, let's help charity. If we're going to buy books, we might as well buy books at a discount and help a charity. So, you know, have the discussion down there. Click the video that I put up there and in the description, watch the video about the newsstand stuff, because I think it is really interesting. And I will see you, if not next video, when the second half of this order comes in, probably the one after that. And I thank you, and I will see you later.